Welcome to The Right Angle, and this is Mr. Right. Arguing with a leftist is like arguing with a child. They can't reason, and they don't care about anything but their little narrative of how things are. Facts don't matter. Logic doesn't matter. They just babble on like drooling idiots and can't hear a thing you say. A case in point, lockdowns and masks. All you need to do is to look at Sweden to see that almost the entire world took the wrong path in 2020. Once Sweden learned to protect their nursing home patients, they were fine. Today their death rate has fallen to nearly zero. Sweden never closed down, and they don't wear masks, and it appears they have this bug beaten. Their overall death rate per million population today is 574. Compare that with the USA, which is 565. The number for the USA continues to rise, but Sweden is holding steady because they have hit herd immunity. Look at the graph. Their streets are open. Their bars and restaurants are open. Their schools are open, and they are doing great. Their economy didn't tank the way ours did in America because they didn't shut down. They did it right, and rather than whining about it today, we really should follow their lead. They have a great chief epidemiologist, Anders Tegnell, who is running their program. Unlike our Dr. Fauci, who changes his mind every other day and who has flipped to every side of every question over time. Sweden got the low-risk people out there and exposed them to the virus, and they developed herd immunity. Now the virus has no one to infect, and Sweden is safe to go about their lives. Meanwhile, the USA has crushed its economy, brewed mass insanity that is breaking out in riots and anarchy. They say better late than never, and I would recommend that we toss out that loser, Dr. Anthony Fauci, and get into a conference with Dr. Anders Tegnell in Sweden, so we can get things running the way they should be. There is zero need to wait for a vaccine or to keep things closed down 1 minute longer. Sweden proves that. Even in the US, there are pockets of sanity, like in South Dakota. I really enjoyed watching all those bikers happily breathing free air in Sturgis and having fun, free from fear and panic. When the Marxist left showed up, they were run out of town by the bikers with their tails tucked between their legs. Watching that did my heart good. Pay attention and you will see that there are no hospitals in the USA being overwhelmed today. Remember 15 days to flatten the curve? Well, we flattened it, and the idiots in charge haven't figured that out yet. Even New York City is okay now, despite the incredible incompetence of Governor Cuomo, whose policy of pushing sick patients into nursing homes ran that city's death rate per million population to more than twice that of any other place on earth. They have killed off thousands of people unnecessarily. But now things have settled down, the population has been exposed, and they appear to have hit herd immunity just like Sweden. New York did it the hard way, the deadly way, but they got there. Today, as the graph shows, their rate of new deaths is very similar to that of Sweden. It is a terrible shame that both Republicans and Democrats fell for the lies from the World Health Organization, and instead of using the Sweden model, we use the Chinese Communist Party model of locking down our citizens and violating all of our constitutional rights. Today we have empirically demonstrated that whether you do it right or you do it wrong, in the end you will attain herd immunity. You can do it like Sweden or you can do it like New York. But in the end, you will get there. The only question is, will you have a robust economy like Sweden has? Or will you be engaged in a fight to avoid a full-scale Great Depression like the USA? Meanwhile, we have the Marxist agitators running wild in our cities, and the sophists on the left now blame their own actions on the people on the right. Leftists lie, because it is what they do. It is what they always do. We now know for sure that the only plan that works well is to expose the ones who are not vulnerable to the virus and create herd immunity. Herd immunity is what keeps us from being wiped out by the flu and other viruses. If a virus can't find someone to infect, it can't spread. Even a vaccine will only stimulate your own immune system, just like the virus will do itself if it infects you. Of those who are under 18, The survival rate of exposure is very nearly 100%. For those under 40, it is well over 99.8%. And for society as a whole, it is about 99.7%. If you want to live in the land of the free, you have to be a participating member of the land of the brave. A land of cowards will be controlled and locked down indefinitely. Are you going to accept rule by an oligarchy of experts? Or are you going to demand a government that is of the people, standing for the people, and that is controlled by the people? It is your choice. If you enjoyed this video, click like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do.